You got a raise, maybe a good one, the kind you celebrated with dinner out or told your family about with genuine excitement. And yet, somehow, a few months later, you still feel just as broke as before. Maybe even more stressed about money than you were before the raise ever happened. That extra income didn't stay visible in your account for long, did it? Here's the thing. It's not because you're bad with money. And it's not because you lack discipline or willpower. It's because your brain does something to you the moment your income goes up. Something almost nobody talks about openly. Something economists have studied for decades, but that never quite makes it into everyday conversation around the dinner table. And once you see exactly what it is, once you can name it clearly, you won't be able to unsee it ever again. Here's the strange part. This isn't about willpower, and it's not really about discipline either. No matter how many finance influencers online tell you otherwise with confident thumbnails, it happens automatically, quietly, running in the background of your mind while you go about your ordinary day. Economists and behavioral psychologists have a specific name for it, a well-documented one. And understanding exactly how it works is the first real step to actually keeping the money you earn instead of watching it quietly slip away every single month without explanation. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's remarkably simple once you see it clearly laid out. Every single time your income goes up, your spending quietly, almost invisibly, rises to match it. Dollar for dollar in many cases. A bigger paycheck means a nicer apartment suddenly feels justified. A better car feels deserved after all your hard work. More takeout feels convenient on a busy week. A handful of subscriptions you don't even remember signing up for feel harmless enough to keep. None of these individual choices feel like big decisions in the moment. Each one seems small, reasonable, even responsible on its own. But add them all up over a single year, and your entire raise has already quietly disappeared, fully absorbed into a slightly more expensive version of your old life, leaving your savings account exactly where it started. Think honestly about the last time you got a bonus or a raise at work. Did you put that money straight into savings, completely untouched, without a second thought? Or did something in your life suddenly feel necessary that hadn't felt necessary at all just a month before, back when your income was lower? That shift in perception, that subtle change in what feels reasonable to spend, is lifestyle creep working exactly as it's designed to work. And the entire mechanism is designed to be nearly invisible while it's actively happening to you. There's a second force at play here, and honestly, it's even sneakier than the first one because it feels like genuine happiness. It's called hedonic adaptation. Whatever new thing brings you happiness today, whatever purchase feels exciting and fresh right now, in just a few weeks, it starts to feel completely normal, almost unremarkable, as if it was always just part of your life. The new phone, the new car, even a genuinely higher salary, all of it eventually fades into the background. Your brain quietly resets its baseline expectation, and once that happens, normal never quite feels like enough anymore, no matter how objectively much you actually have. Remember how genuinely excited you were during the very first week with a brand new phone, checking it constantly, showing it off proudly to friends and family. Now it just sits in your pocket, completely unremarkable, barely even registering in your conscious mind at all throughout the day. That exact same psychological mechanism is what makes a higher salary stop feeling like more money after just a couple of months, even though objectively, mathematically, nothing about your actual financial situation has gotten worse in any way. And then there's a third piece to this puzzle. Your brain is literally wired to prefer a smaller reward available right now over a much larger reward available later. This is called present bias, and it shows up constantly in everyday financial decisions. $10 in your hand today will almost always feel more real, more valuable to your brain than $100 promised a year from now, even though the math clearly, obviously favors waiting patiently for the bigger number. None of this makes you weak or irresponsible, and it's genuinely important to understand that clearly. Your brain evolved over hundreds of thousands of years in an environment where the future was truly uncertain, where resources available today mattered far more than resources that might exist tomorrow, because tomorrow wasn't guaranteed at all. That exact instinct kept our ancestors alive through famine, drought, and scarcity. It's a feature, not a bug. It simply wasn't built, wasn't designed by evolution for a modern world of credit cards, monthly subscriptions, algorithmic advertising, and 30-year retirement plans that require thinking decades into an abstract future. So what's the actual fix here? The real practical answer? It's definitely not just try harder or just be more disciplined. Advice you've probably heard 100 times already, and that clearly hasn't worked so far. Willpower is a genuinely limited resource. It depletes throughout the day with every decision you make, and relying on it every single time you make a financial choice is, quite simply, a losing game in the long run. If discipline alone actually worked reliably for most people, budgeting apps and financial advisors wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar industry today. The real practical solution is making saving completely automatic, so it happens before your brain even gets a genuine chance to rationalize spending that money instead. Set up an automatic transfer scheduled for the day you get paid, timed so it happens before you ever actually see the full number sitting in your checking account. This works because of a simple, almost embarrassingly obvious truth. What you don't see, you genuinely don't spend. No matter how strong your intentions were that morning when you woke up, you can start small too, even 5 or 10% of your paycheck. Because the goal isn't a perfect number right away, it's building the habit of never touching that money in the first place. Over time, you can increase the percentage without it ever feeling like a sacrifice because you were never really relying on that money to begin with. Let's bring this all together for a moment. Lifestyle creep, hedonic adaptation, present bias, 3 invisible forces, all quietly pulling in the exact same direction, all working directly against the version of you that genuinely wants to build long-term wealth and financial freedom. But now that you can actually see them clearly, name them out loud, recognize them in your own daily decisions as they happen, they start to lose some of their power over you almost immediately. Awareness alone won't fix everything overnight. No single video will solve years of habits, but it is, without question, the first real, necessary step toward actually changing the pattern. If this video just explained something you felt for years but never quite had the words for, do subscribe to Synaptic Habits. Every single week, we break down the hidden psychology behind the financial decisions you make without even realizing it, using real research and real studies, not just opinions or hot takes. This channel exists for people who are tired of generic advice like just budget better and actually want to understand what's happening inside their own brain when it comes to money. If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. See you in the next one.